This week on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast, I'm sharing with you several resources that I use with my own clients when making important decisions and planning for their retirement. Today's free resource is my asset allocation cheat sheet. This is the most popular free tool I've offered on the podcast. Every year, it gets lots of downloads, and for good reason. It's simple. It is a one-page guide that helps you select the right mix of stocks and bonds for your own portfolio, your own investment strategy based solely on your age. Now, that's a limitation because there are other factors like what are your income needs, what are your risk tolerance. You might be 70 and still working, or you might be 50 and retired. And those specific life circumstances may tweak the allocation away from what your age alone would dictate. However, age is an excellent starting place because it roughly matches the stage of life and how much risk you should be taking with the stock allocation in your portfolio, because the returns are better with a higher stock allocation over the long term. But occasionally you have to go through one of those 50% declines. And most of you listening who are nearing retirement or in retirement cannot afford losing half of your retirement portfolio in 12 or 18 months. And so that's why we can't be 100% in stocks. But if you're 20, that's fine. If you're 60 or 70, not as fine. So I am a big believer in asset allocation, especially using your age as a foundation. Now, again, you should customize it from there, but it's a great starting point because if you're 60 years old and you should have X% in stocks just based on your age alone, you may vary from that, but you're not going to vary wildly from there. So it's a nice place to gauge and see, okay, am I in the right ballpark for where I should be based on my age? And then you can compare that to how you're actually invested and see if you're off the mark or if you're pretty close to that. That is always where I start with my clients when determining how we should invest. It's always the allocation first. What percentage should be in stocks? What percentage should be in bonds based on age as the primary factor? Yet we have other considerations as well that may fine tune that allocation. So in its most basic form, it's just whatever you have of your portfolio in stocks versus bonds. And in my opinion, in working with my clients over many, many years, age is the most important, but not the only factor when determining what that allocation mix should be. So if you would like to get my age-based asset allocation cheat sheet, that helps you determine the right mix of stocks and bonds for your age, go to truenorthra.com/allocation. That's /allocation. truenorthra.com/allocation. Again, it's free, no strings attached. You put your name, your email address, bingo, sends it right to you. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Ashley Michike, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.